Hey everybody, have mercy. It's a little bit late here. It's 9:16 p.m. on a Monday night. But I need videos, and there's been a lot of sponsored content lately. I take the weekends off now. I was on school today, so that's like 3 hours of block that doesn't actually get pushed to my own YouTube channel at least. But obviously you can watch it when it goes up on I think the OTK channel. Either way, it's late here, but I want to play some SNKRX. We're on New Game Plus 4. I did run one New Game Plus 4 on stream to end the stream, and we're just gonna take everything here. And I got bodied. I think I got bodied around wave 12. So I just want to let you know the energy. You know, just let me make sure my mic is even on. There we go. Energy's gonna be a little lower here. It's not like a muted demeanor. It's merely late, trying to make sure I don't wake up my baby, who has been... This is a triple class? Hold on. Swordsman, move over, okay? Not you. You're cut. Well, not cut, but... I mean, the hunter. Homer Simpson smiling politely. I don't know what the quote's in reference to. It's just... I'm just happy we got a decent unit. I've been playing a little TFT. Let me give you the story of my Sunday, okay? It says Monday today. Sunday was Father's Day, and in an act of like incredible synergy and serendipity and kismet, my daughter started saying "dada" on Father's Day, which is pretty amazing. I'm not even. Let's not even level up yet. Let's save some gold. Let's get this economy pumping. That's amazing. But what you don't think about when you're at first like, oh my god, that's beautiful. And it is, don't get me wrong. Is that then later that night she was in her crib and she didn't want to go to bed, so she was crying. But instead of just going wah wah, she was going da 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 da. Pardon me. Which is like way harder on the human psyche. So I got about, 3 rounds into a TFT game. I got placed at bronze 2 for the bronze 2. Yeah. Anyway, I got placed at bronze 2 because I had a couple of second place finishes in my placement matches. Queued up for a game. Got about 3 or 4 rounds in. So you're like, okay, hold on, honey. It'll be 56 minutes before I come in to console you. No, I just, basically opted out of that match. Got her calmed down. This was my bad. I shouldn't have done it, but I queued up for another one. And then the same thing happened. So I have now regressed. So I don't know if my TFT skill lately is doing good stuff. This is interesting. Dude, the idea, let me tell you, there's new stuff, by the way. This is SNKRX. Moved the interface a little bit around. You can now buy upgraded versions of items. Instead of getting multiple versions of them, I think that's what, like, as you level it up, it goes all the way down these, like, slashes here. I like the idea of Meat Shield, which I think is new itself. And then, if we can get more Conjurers, I'll take a Cleric for now just to get some healing. I love the idea of a critter blocking enemy projectiles, because it's total recency bias, don't get me wrong. But the thing that killed me on my last run was a blue elite that just like every 5 or 6 seconds it shot out like rogue knives in all directions. So the idea in my head that we could have critters that we could, just use as meat shields is the name of the item for a reason, I'm sure. I am appreciative of it. So yeah, thanks for the support on SNKRX, by the way. I will say, we don't have an archer yet. A merchant's not necessarily bad. You know what? Every 5 gold gives us interest. I'm just going to wing it on this one to keep our economy going strong. It might not seem like much, but I think it's less about getting that 1 or 2 extra gold from the economy being there, and more about not taking more turns to get to the max gold at 25. And I gotta remember it's 25 because I play a little TFT and then I get confused. I'm like, we can't really spend until 50, or at least we have to have a compelling reason to do so. But yeah, thanks for the support on SNKRX. It makes it a lot easier to justify a little bit of a later night. Not that I'm complaining about getting the chance to sneak in a little game time here. And it's nice. Oh, I thought you were gonna shoot. Ooh, you do. But you make a little pause first. I didn't know that. Okay, that might be new in response to people, i.e., myself, complaining about it being very difficult to actually dodge those actively. If so, I think it's a wise move, and of course I would. But don't rush me, please. Don't rush me, please. But yeah. By the way, I was gonna say, you might be wondering, where's the FTL? It's so on my list. It's at the top of my list. It's just harder to fit in because every run is like literally 2 hours. And so, dude, level 2 cleric early, and we're at 15 gold. I'm a little concerned about this elite. I mean, it's new game +4, right? Apparently, new game +5 is not where Daniel actually is, by the way. And I got Omega trolled. The internet's words, not mine. But hey, who's actually Omega trolled if we end up getting to new game +5, because that gave us motivation. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is I wouldn't worry about it too much on this one. So we have a healer, we have a swordsman, and we have a hunter. Okay, just don't die. Just don't die, because you got the cleric. The cleric will help you. The cleric. There you go. I steered it. You're not gonna believe me. I steered into it knowing that our warrior had the most HP. I was like, it's our only chance. That's a problem. Let me out. No, it's just the healer. Yeah, honestly, we might as well. Even if we hadn't died there, I would probably have just restarted there. Or, well, I don't know. We'll see. Engineer drops sentries that shoot bursts of projectiles. I did give this a try in my Twitch run today, but anyway, FTL's at the top of the list for stuff to add to the stream. But every run being 2 hours long is like a little. It makes it a little tougher to fit in when times are a little bit leaner from a temporal standpoint, but. SNKRX, on the other hand. I mean, hey, I can't play 2 hours of FTL, but I could, you know, just fit in 8 15-minute runs of SNKRX tonight. So I do like the engineer. It seems like there's a 3 critter limit from the engineer. You can see, like, we're all charged up, but like we had to wait for one to disappear there. I don't know if that changes over time or what. And you're a conjurer, but you're just a base 1 conjurer. I'm gonna be honest, like, it's not necessary. A lot of these level 1 units are pretty cheap. I think I'm getting a little too fancy, but I would like to throw down the sentries. I feel like the sentries were doing a really good job for us. I don't necessarily feel like we needed. Whoops. Maybe we do. I didn't necessarily feel like we needed anything else there. So I think I'm getting a little too giga-brain, okay? We should probably just build anything early. Units are better than no units, especially when they're cheap. You know, synergies in something that you don't intend to be in long-term is still fine if it improves your quality of life. And it doesn't cost you too much economically. Because, like, I mean, I don't know if you can notice this here, but the waves are a little miserable if you don't take units. And we didn't even let ourselves get to an extra level of interest because it's only like the second wave. So I don't think this really accomplished anything except proving the potential folly of being too stubborn. So instead, we're just gonna snake away, you know? You can stay all day if you wanna. Snake away by the pixies. There we go. Let's learn from our mistake, shall we? A barbarian. What do you do? 11 AoE damage. There's stuns in this game. Now that I know there are stuns, if you'll excuse me, we'll look for that stun because the ability... Here's my new dream, okay? If you can stun units and then they don't attack for 4 seconds, and then you use that time to nuke them with, like, maybe AoE. Obviously, it's not working too well just yet, but it's still early. That seems highly advantageous to me. Like, I'm thinking just get far away, bounce off the wall, stun them, Yeah, I'm not totally sold on the way that I'm approaching this. I think we're gonna die again. And I don't think this is about New Game Plus. I think this is literally just me being so stubborn that I should have just added more units onto the snake. I was just hoping the turret might honestly, I'm just gonna be honest, okay? That's the easiest hold hour of my life. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. 3 actual units, 10 minutes and 30 seconds in. I'm not gonna say for the 50th time that we're on I mean, look at how much better this is. That we're on New Game Plus 4. But we're on New Game Plus 4. Of course, things are gonna be difficult. Let's focus on building this efficiency first here, okay? Like, I like it. I like it. I don't like not getting a cleric, but these like cheap units getting to level 2. So I'm raising my voice a little bit. I apologize if I wake up the baby. My wife won't have to kill me. I'll just want to die in advance. I promise you, because I'll be like, I'm gonna hear a lot of da 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 da, and it's not that it's inconvenient. It's more that just on a spiritual level to hear your own offspring, you know, cry out in desperation for you is like, it's an experience unlike anything I've ever felt before. Let's put it that way. It's like the betrayal you feel when you accidentally, like, step on your cat's tail when they're, like, working their way in between your feet when you're taking the groceries in. Like, they look at you with the ultimate betrayal. Except this time, like, you literally didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, okay, I'll take a magician here. Level 3 hard, but we got a level 2 ranger, which I think is pretty solid. And again, we're just building this efficiency. Let me tell you, early on, I'm having a wonderful time. This is so much easier. What was I doing trying to just solo it with an engineer and then a barbarian? It's like, again, dude, I apologize. I'm talking a little bit too much about TFT maybe, but you got to speak to what you know? And based on today's performance in the trivia, I'm not sure how much I know. Certainly less about biology than I thought I did, and a lot less about, well, astronomy, and also a little bit less about arithmetic, and not so big on history, apparently. Well, that's not true. I do listen to a lot of history podcasts, but very few of them are about South America, which is not meant as a knock. It's just, you know, when you're interested in something, you tend to listen to too much of it. So I got all these, like, you know, European history audiobooks. I should expand my horizons a little bit. 10% movement speed, rogues chain extra times. I'm going to reroll. Death 6. Position 6 takes 10% of its health as damage every 3 seconds. That seems like very specific. When a Voider dies, it deals its DOT damage to all enemies for 3 seconds. Enemies taking DOT damage are slower. What the? Okay, we'll try it. I'm not really convinced. I don't know if I like a merchant. Although it does give us +1 interest for every 10 gold. Up to a max of +10. So it gives us a good reason to save money. But I don't think I want to save money to that extent. I guess this does give an advantage to going over 25, which I hadn't considered. Either way, for now, we're going to make the same mistake we've been making for a while. But I didn't see it, which is not taking enough units. But we got an okay setup here. And I didn't see anything that tickled my fancy, and I don't want to spend money on a reroll that puts us below an interest level threshold. It's like, who wants to be a millionaire, you know? When you get to $1,000 and $32,000, you get a little safety. Imagine if you could spend a lifeline to dip beneath them. You might do it, but you might wait for situations that are a little bit more desperate than this one. This one seems totally fine. So I would say for now, cursed enemies or DOT enemies moving slower is actually pretty advantageous, but we don't have anything I think that does DOT yet. I'm very happy with this shop, honestly. We're already below a reroll cap, so I'm gonna buy. You're a magician? You know what? I'm not gonna buy. I don't see us getting a tier 3 magician. Tier 3 ranger, maybe? Okay, hold on. Slow projectile that draws enemies in. I think I'm getting spendy. I'm feeling spendy on this one. So we screwed up our economy pretty bad. But I got a unit I like, okay? And for now, I think I don't want to say that our money's gonna, you know, be totally fine later, because I don't have any kind of guarantee that that's actually gonna be true at all. Just get away from the blue enemy, please. Uh-oh. Thankfully, we distributed the damage a little bit, because I'm telling you, dude, it's the blue enemies are the worst. The greens are also bad. I think every level of New Game Plus, your snake gets a little longer, but one previously, like, impotent type of enemy now becomes insanely annoying. You know, New Game, I was like, I don't even know what any of these guys do. New Game Plus, I was like, oh, the Chargers. The orange ones. New Game Plus Plus, I was like, oh, the turrets. New Game Plus Plus Plus, I was like, oh, the blue guys are the most annoying guys on the planet. Now I'm like, everything sucks. And my brain still believes that Dan made it to New Game Plus, we should take him. To New Game Plus 5, so I feel like this imposter syndrome. I don't know, Walt. I don't know, Snake. You've been acting pretty sus lately. Almost as if there's an imposter among us. Okay, so we're... Just send it, dude. Just send it. So far, so good. He's half dead. We're living. I was just gonna say, if the witch could shoot one more time before it dies, thank you. Oh, don't just drive into him. A little cocky there, maybe. There we go, there we go. We freaking gotcha. And we still... Wait, the witch still lived. I don't know what died. Oh, our warrior. Who cares? Oh, no. Anyway. Okay, take it down. Excuse me. We have completed the wave. I do not wish to battle any longer. My quarrel is not with you. When an ally dies, it explodes, launching enemies away. Some tempting... If we could synergize that with, like, the ones that if you bounce off a wall, you take damage. Extra damage, defense, and attack speed to all allies that are enchanters. Ranger arrows have a chance to deal AoE damage. I'm going to start there. I kind of like the idea of a ranger build. Squire is the best in the game. And if we get to level 3, it becomes unbelievably good. Let's stay here at 10 interest for now. Already, we got a 20% bonus to all stats for all units. So the more units we add, the better it is. And I mean, now that I think about it, the better the unit gets, the better it is as well, because 20% is, like, you know, proportional to the number it's being multiplied by. But it makes everything 20% better, so I don't know why I'm having an argument, you know? I guess, you know, 20% of 1,000 is a higher magnitude than 20% of 500, but... Sorry, I got arithmetic on the brain. But yeah, I had a good day. I'm just, honestly, like, I'm stoked to be playing SNKRX. But I'm also a little tired. I'm just... I had one of those sleeps last night. Well, let me, you know, if we're being positive, I had one of those sleeps last night that, like, guarantees you a good sleep after. Don't shoot my witch. Just one of those ones where I was like, it felt like I was in bed for 45 minutes, kind of like half listening to a podcast, and then when I looked at the clock, it was like 2:30 a.m. And I don't go to bed at 2 anymore, so that's a loss in my world. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. A lot of interesting stuff here. You definitely squire up. You take a hunter to enable your ranger synergy. Then Psy Keeper. All damage is taken and then distributed as healing to all allies? Distributed as healing. Why not? We don't have a healer. It enables our Psyker, which makes our Vagrant better. We're only at level 8 of 25. Okay, we might want to... I want to put a little speed up in this one. It's still... The good news is, and it depends on your perspective, in SNKRX, you really can't determine whether it's a win or loss yet based on the length of the video. Because sometimes you'll be watching and you'll be like, oh man, this run's so good. What? And then, you know, the end card comes up and I just drive into the spawn. It happens. But I will say for now, like, everything on this one seems to be working out pretty nicely. Just trying to stay away from the turrets as much as possible. Did you see the driving? 1-800 how's my driving? I'm fine, thank you, and you. Look at that. It's you know, I have to say, it's a little bit like American Truck Simulator, right? You got to know how to handle a wide load. You got to know how to swing your back end. No one has ever accused me of having a problem with that, so I think we're okay. I like. Now, we're basically at 25. I think we can roll for now. And by roll, like, that's confusing terminology in an auto battler. I mean, let it ride with what we already got. So we're not gonna mess with it too much. This is gonna hurt. We lived, which is all I could ask for. Beautiful healing. Thank you, Sidekeeper. Good timing on that pivot, I think. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not. Well, we got one of them. We lost something. I think we lost our Squire. Gotta be a little bit more aggro in there, I think. The Sidekeeper, honestly, I feel like they're doing pretty good work in there. But yeah, now our economy's in an okay spot. Now's the time for us to maybe start thinking about building the synergies we want to see. The turret is deadly, man. So just, you're almost trying to bait the shot in a position where you got a great ability to dodge. I really thought we could do it there. I still think we're going to be okay, but could have been better. Especially with no turret in the final wave. I still think we're totally fine. This is going to be okay. And hey, anytime you finish... Excuse me? Anytime you finish with some leftover units, you can't be mad. That's... You know, you overbought. Look at that. Safe. Baneling Burst. Critters die immediately on contact, but do a lot of damage. Rangers could seek and pierce. When an ally dies, it explodes. I don't plan on letting my allies die. Maybe that doesn't make sense. Okay, so I would like to upgrade my Ranger arrows to do AoE damage. It needs 10 XP to get there. Okay, let's give it a try. 10 money, I should say. So now we got a double the chance to deal more AoE damage. I'm going to do the same with Divine Machine Arrow. I'm going to buy the Archer. I did think about buying the Flagellant, but I want to keep our economy strong. And we will not be spending, you know, 20 gold on upgrades anytime soon. And I say that with, like, literally no knowledge of whether or not that's true, but it sounded like the right thing to say at the time. I know, it got a little spicy here. We lost our Squire again. It's exactly the orange guy. If we can just make sure that the orange guy gets killed as soon as he comes out there, like, everything's totally fine. So just get on him. No orange this time, just blue. I see some heat-seeking arrows from time to time. You knew we weren't getting out of that one without a fight. Excuse me? Sidekeeper's doing great work. So this definitely, to me, seems like a build where if I'm crystallizing a synergy, it's crystallizing around the idea of Rangers right now. I don't think we want a Swordsman. And if I'm being honest with you, I don't think we want a Cryomancer. But I do think things are getting tougher. I'm going to re-roll a bit. We're looking for... I don't care that much about deceleration anymore. I really think I'm looking for... I want to get to 6 Rangers. Vagrant is really cheap. I don't mind that. I actually think the Psykino is just insanely good. So I'll take him for now. No Rangers. A Ranger. The Swordsman is not long for this world. At 27, we're holding, because a reroll is just going to tempt us to ruin our economy. I do think a Flagellant actually works, if we can get one. The idea would be that the Flagellant would take damage, buff everybody else. The Sidekeeper would then heal them. I don't know if he would heal them fast enough, but it might not matter. Like, 4% compounded. It gets... That's horrendous. But 4% compounded gets pretty nasty pretty quick. We're still fine, I think. We've still got good units here. Just a bit of a tactical misstep. It's the blue worms, man, and also the orange worms. but the blue worms, dude. But like also definitely the orange ones. What a turn. Did you see the way we dodged? I'd like to big ups to occasionally having to drive past Granville Street after last call for allowing me to have the wherewithal to understand how to dodge that. Good movements. Good movements. Dude. Sage and... ooh, no, we're fine, we're fine. Sage and Psykeeper, or Psykino on that one. Amazing work. Couldn't have done it without you. I think we'll be getting rid of our Magician, so we won't spend on them. The Swordsman, I'll be honest, okay, is 1 to upgrade. We should have probably done it earlier. We could upgrade our shop, you know, we got a lot to think about here. But, okay, a Vagrant is a gimme. They'll be sticking around. A Psychic is tempting because it will make our Psychers better. But I think we got to start with a Barrager, and we can fit the Psychic. Okay. Then, XP cost is 5. I'm going to start XP cost 5. Okay, we're not going to level anything up. If we get past this, it'll be the furthest I've ever gone on New Game Plus 4. Now, this guy, he shoots out the daggers just like at random intervals. Suboptimal, but also like completely predictable. So I really think we just got to stay in there and like do some damage. I think this is like a heavyweight boxing match. I think it's important for us to put some damage downfield. And then maybe now that it's actually conceivable for us to do some dodging, we can back off a little. Please, I'm just waiting for like, there you go, that's what I'm looking for. Just keep them in a convenient space. Just a nice convenient space. Please, 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 you're dead. Thank you, thank you. I think we have a Squire, like an Archer, and a Hunter, or like a Barrager. Starting to learn them. It's taking a bit. Just making space. Great work. Now that the blue is dead, we're gonna live. I don't fret on that one. All right. Honestly, it wasn't too bad. We get another level up here, or another item. Enchanters get stronger. Heroes have 4 times the chance of a mercenary's bonus to drop 4 gold on death. Nuke enemies get stronger. That's an 8 cost reroll. When enchanters hit, people get stronger. Position 7 will stay alive 10 seconds after dying, or first and last positions deal more damage. We're gonna start there. That's a big one for me. Sage is sticking around. I'm gonna spend 10 to upgrade this so that now you're at 20%. Who's doing the damage for me? I'm gonna say I have no idea. Maybe our Archer, and I'm just gonna guess that it's our Ranger classes. So like Vagrant is one of them, and then Hunter. I don't know, man. And we'll stay at 27. I'm pretty impressed that we're still going strong here. I don't feel too bad about this one. Of course, it just takes literally driving into the enemy spawn one time to like ruin a run. But look at this. What we're looking for, without a doubt, is more burst damage. And now, like, the economy, I'm realizing, it's a little harder to manage now just because there's so many options. You know, like, I haven't prioritized leveling up our shop at all, which really does, it bodes poorly for us getting those... it doesn't bode poorly for us getting good units, but it bodes poorly for our ability to level them up to level 2 before the end of the game. Level 3 is a pipe dream to begin with. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I think you need a certain stroke of luck for it. Okay, maybe stop driving into them. You need to go, man. You need to go. You need to go. Okay, wave 6. 4 basics. Okay, 30 basics. I know I have enemies that do things. Or I have snakes that do things. I'm just waiting for the... Oh, you know, there we go. We're getting some shots. I'm sorry, I doubted you. Owned. Owned. Okay. This is a big synergy enabler. Plus 20% attack speed to all allies? I mean, I'll tell you, we can dump a swordsman for a chronomancer. I think that's a gimme for now. It also enables the enchanter synergy, which has a double synergy there. For now, let's get to level 3. I'm gonna... Oh, ooh, level 3 archer! It's perfect. We still need to buy a cannoneer, though. Okay, hold on. Because some stuff's gotta go. The mage has no reason to exist. Although this will ruin our mage synergy if we take him away. But to get a cannoneer, I think is well worth it. And then I'm like, I kind of want to stay at a higher interest level, but maybe I don't sweat it that much. Maybe I don't sweat it that much. Maybe we just launch it. I think I overspent a little bit, but I'm optimistic about our chances here. We got a lot of buffs coming in. Honestly, if there's like a ranger healer, that might hit the spot. I have no idea, by the way, if this is going... This is around the time in the average SNKRX run, where I essentially have no idea whether we're going to win or lose. There's just a lot of pretty flashing lights. And I'm a happy man, you know, because I'm halfway through here, and all of my snake portions are alive. Technically, snakes don't have parts, but if they did, I would like to think that this would be his knee. Classic quote from the Adam Sandler film The Waterboy from 1998. Bobby Boucher. Remember that time Bobby Boucher showed up at halftime and the Mud Dogs won the Bourbon Bowl? You are a ranger. How about that? So we need you. That takes us to level 6. We will dispose of... I hate to do it. Because we do have quite the Forcer setup. I right-clicked on the Cannoneer and sold them. Just totally fat-fingered it. Alright, well, either way, we're taking a Corruptor. But the... the Sage is probably the next to go. That's a whoops in my world, but that's okay. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. Wait, you're a ranger. Okay, well, not all's lost then. We have 6 rangers. 16% chance to release a barrage. Apparently we're keeping psychic. We're at 35 gold. I'm not a re-roller here. I think you click, give me that 30% chance for piercing, take me to 25. 5 gold gets us the level 3 synergy there next time. Shop's looking okay. And I think this is where our shop, or I think this is our loadout forever. There's probably some optimizations to be made. And here's the thing. I think, I wouldn't say there's a rule in these games, because what do I know, right? But sometimes I try to play like TFT and I keep 2 strategies in mind when I get into the mid and late game. And by keeping 2 strategies in mind, I screw up both of them. That doesn't mean it's a bad idea. If I could keep them straight in my head, it's probably a great idea. I'm just pessimistic about my cognitive bandwidth, I suppose. Anyway, everything's going super well, man. Like, this is the kind of run you dream of. A little late night SNKRX. I really am, like, I'm super pleased with this game. Again, the fact that it's $3 is, like, is unbelievable. Conservatively, this game should cost 100 times more. Defensive stance. Okay, so that's the offensive, this is a defensive version of what we already have. I think we definitely just go for it. Level level 2 Squire. That's exciting. We're going to hit you with a level up. 30% chance here. We're going to spend 10 gold to get the plus 20% defense on these units. I don't reroll again. I know we could reroll to 25, but if we reroll to 25, we can't buy anything because buying anything would remove our interest, so there's an added opportunity cost. So we might as well not reroll to 25 because you're spending 2 gold to either pay too much for something or to just take nothing, which is also bad, I think. That's my economic assessment of that. Doesn't mean we couldn't have rerolled into something incredible, but I'm content where we stand for the time being. I'm content for the content. And look at this. We've reached the point in every SNKRX run where I invite comedic timing to strike me down, because what I was about to say, the first sentence that popped into my head was, we've reached the part of the game where you literally just drive around and everything dies, which kind of describes the whole game in general if you want to be needlessly reductive. But that's usually where we die, so let's cool it, okay? We're good? Still good. I see the synergies. Bledi, all-time classic, Bledi, my favorite musician. Saikino? We can reroll here. Then we chill, I think. We're on 17 of 25. and it's only getting longer here. But that's okay, man. I mean, I'm now starting to entertain the thought in my head that we could actually win. And if we win, we finally have bragging rights versus the version of Dan that only exists in my head. And if you can, and we're not enemies, we're friends, but if you can beat your competitors in real life, that's one thing. That's special, you know? If you can beat competitors in your head, the idealized version of them that competes against the sub-idealized version of yourself that exists only between your ears, nothing can stop you. I like the units here. I like a Squire. A level 3 Squire would hit this spot, man. It really would. I'm not spending 15 on the upgrades. Oh, Squire. Okay, level 18. Things are getting spicy, okay? Things are getting spicy. At least, so level 18, it looks like it's a purple elite. Purple elite is critter elite. You'd think that maybe something like AoE would counter this, but we're just, you know, I think we're countering with damage. Which seems to be working out mostly fine. I mean, dude, I slept on the value of Saikino. Keeping enemies in one spot, so you actually have some safe areas to, you know, drive around begging for the location of victories through text, that's mighty valuable. We got rid of Sage, but, I mean, it clearly did not really matter. That was an easy one. Projectiles that chain do more damage. Creates an aura on Sorcerer spell repeat. More AoE damage. Can I tell you? Projectiles that chain. Ricochet and chain are two different things. Two parallel projectiles. I think it's a reroll. Rangers have a chance to knock back. Mercenaries do more damage. I guess we throw a little knockback on our Rangers. I don't think it's going to be superb, but it is what it is. Okay, we're on 40. This is a good time to honestly be like, hey, for 10 gold, little Ranger synergy. Let's throw another 5 into offensive stance. Then it's only 5 away from our next level up. It's the dangerous part of a run, let's be honest, because now I think you're probably starting to believe as well. Either that, or you have also played New Game Plus 4, and you know that this is not the right time to believe. Because it's still, we got a long way to go here. So now orange enemies are no longer the nightmare. It's the yellow enemies that turn other worms into chargers, I think. So that's a champion we wish to knock out ASAP. Honestly, it's going super well. You know what's nice, too? Even though we're on New Game +4, I really don't feel like I've had any runs where I just, like, I got, like, an exploit build. Even in Isaac, you just get runs that are like, oh, we just, like, you know, got such an unbelievable bounty of incredible stuff that nothing can stop us, or, like, you know, we can farm infinite HP via mechanics or something like that. I've never had a run in this that really felt like that. Level 3 Vagrant, huge. None of these match, so in my world, we spend 5 on that offensive stance upgrade. Okay, 5 waves remain. I think. I was doing the math. Okay, the yellow champion has to die. It's not even a champion, it's just annoying. Wave 2 of 8. I'm a believer, man. I'm not sure we got over the hump, because wave 21 is like, at least on New Game +2, is like a classic difficulty level. But you know what they say. It's like the game doesn't even start until you get the New Game +8. But this is quite an interesting run. Like, let's assume that it wins. And I'm not trying to brag, I'm just making conversation. If it wins, what would we chalk this up to? Honestly, I have no idea. Okay, well, again, this is why you don't get cocky. We've still got some potential disasters coming. Okay, those 2 units I really did not want to lose, and losing them for, like, no reason definitely hurt. Okay, let's not worry about the hypotheticals so much then. Ooh. If I do it, though, I would suggest that the reason it came to be, and we're gonna make it through this wave, thankfully, was honestly just like Squire being a good unit, and then we committed, or we didn't commit early, but we committed when it started to come into place. So this is level 21. I'm going to, I can't even really justify spending 15 unless we're going all in. I can spend 10 to get both of these close. I guess we should have done, we shouldn't have spread it out. We should have concentrated it, because that makes it harder to get to something with the yields. But what's done is done, you know? This is wave 21. No elites, just hard enemies. I don't even know what hit me. It took out 2 units, though. That's pretty bad. Okay, we gotta get on him. And you gotta get on him fast. I honestly feel like our Rangers are just freaking steamrolling. I feel like Ranger synergy is just outputting the damage that we need to get a kill. That's what it comes down to. Okay, again, I'm a fool. I drove into the spawn. It's not the first time. I guarantee it won't be the last time either. Case in point. Okay, wave 8. The great news here is that the orange units, as of right now, are not getting much of a chance to attack. Was that comedic timing? Yeah, to some extent. The bad news is that the more units that die, the more likely it is that they're gonna get that chance. So we can't afford to take damage against those guys. You ever realize that my own... oh, we're gonna die. We're perhaps already dead. No! I see him charging. My own knockback is what's killing me here, man. I don't think I can win. Unless, I was just gonna say, if we can get the chargers to run into the other enemies enough, then maybe, just maybe, there's a world... Oh. Okay. Well, we tried. Just bad driving, honestly. For now, I'm going to get ready for bed. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. See ya!